What's up, family? Singer AKON is going viral for some rather controversial remarks he said in a recent interview. What did he say? Well, AKON, who reportedly has 4 wives and 9 children between them, says that he 1000% supports Nick Cannon's decision to have 12 children and 7 different baby mamas. So with the government already plotting overtime to break up the black family nucleus, why would any black man make a conscious decision to have children who's not going to live with him, and another black man co-sign it? Why? Let's see if we can make some sense out of it. Well, the primary reason that AKON gave for supporting Nick Cannon is, well, he got money and he can take care of them. You know, he can take care of the kids. He got money. That was the primary reason that he gave. And he also said that the baby mamas are with it. They don't hurt for nothing, and they live comfortably. All right, fam, where you at? Where you at on that? You know, you having a bunch of kids, as long as he can pay for the kids. Doesn't matter if they live under the same roof with him or not. You know, he going in, he knocking these women down. They getting these babies, and the babies are taken care of, the mothers are taken care of. You got a problem with that? Problem? Let's dig a little deeper. He said, Nick Cannon is there for every one of them. Nick there for every single one of those kids. I got 9 children and I'm there for every one of mine. The interviewer pressed on, and she said, so every single time, you're at every single recital? And he said, no, that's a white man's thing. Who gives a F about a recital? I don't know, maybe the kids. Don't get me wrong, fam. It's imperative that you get to the money. I mean, at the very least, you got to get to the money so that you can provide for these babies that you brought into the world who had no say-so in the matter. But perhaps, just perhaps, AKON has no idea how good it feels for a child who is on that stage, on that court, on that field, to look out into the audience and see daddy. For a lot of kids, mama is a gimme. Mama gonna be there. But to see daddy out there too, man, that's double trouble. That's double backup. That's double reassurance. I'm gonna tell you something else, fam. You know, a lot of these people, these black people who ain't from the US, y'all need to start speaking on our shit. For real. Because a lot of y'all be out of pocket. Y'all love speaking on our stuff, but y'all don't hear us speaking on y'all thing. But y'all love coming over here, running your mouth about what's going on in the US, but you ain't helping. You like to talk down, or you like to try to press your ideologies, your traditions on us. Man, we dealing with a whole different animal over here. Now, I don't know about Senegal, but I can tell you all about growing up in a fatherless home in the United States. I'll go as far as saying that if my daddy was in the house with me, I would not have been in a rush to try to become the man of the house. I wouldn't have been out there doing things that men are supposed to do. You know, trying to earn a living. I'm so young, I can't really get no job. Nobody want to really hire me. I can't work but on the weekends during the school season. I work on the weekends with my godfather cutting grass, but during the week, sometimes was no food. So here I am feeling like I'm the man of the house and we ain't got all the bills paid. I got to do something. So I try to go out there, get it and come back with it. Get myself in a jam. Now I got a jacket on my back. I got a record, a criminal record, trying to fill the shoes of my daddy. Also, you got a lot of youngsters who mama tells them, well, you the man of the house, and so they start doing everything a man do. Having sex, babies, arguing with their mamas like their mamas or their girlfriends or wives, cussing, drinking, smoking, all that stuff. When you dismiss children's feelings, you end up with school shooters. You end up with girls selling their bodies. You end up with your boys running the streets and joining gangs and robbing folks, sticking guns in folks' faces. You end up with your child somewhere in the gutter with a needle in their arm, OD'd. You end up with them sniffing cocaine and all kinds of things. You end up with them jacking people for their cars. You end up with them having mental disorders. Just about every survey that has ever been conducted on the subject has concluded that there is a direct connection between children who have their fathers in their lives, present and available to them on a day-to-day basis, and their life success, their mental health, their ability to have healthy relationships. It all goes together. So when you hear somebody like AKON especially, who has such global influence, a lot of people listen to dude. You know why? Because he got money, because he's successful. People listen to people that got successful. They think, well, damn, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Especially if they look at him like an idol or something, like that's one of my guys. Oh, I love AKON. Like if they're a big fan, they may really be invested in his opinion. So it got weight. It ain't no situation where, well, you know what, man, you know, that's what they want to do. That's what they don't hurt me. Yes, it does, fam. Because guess what? Those kids who have those problems, those mental problems, are going to take those problems and take that attitude out into the world. And they are going to project those attitudes and that energy, that behavior on society at large. They're going to project that energy on your children, my children, your grandchildren, my grandchildren, you, me, and everybody. You see it all the time. You see this stuff happening all the time. And every time something happens, if they end up in court, what do they always say? Well, single mother, oh, daddy wasn't in my life. Fam, we got a fatherhood crisis going on. We're in the middle of a fatherhood crisis in our society. We need all hands on deck. Just having money is not enough. Kids need your presence, not just presents, not just cutting a check, sending a check. You see it all the time. People have money. They got nice cars. They live in nice houses. And they're miserable. They're toxic to be around. They can't stay in a meaningful relationship for any significant amount of time. They can't do it because they don't have all the necessary tools. Many of them are hurting because they did not have the presence and the guidance and the coaching and the teachings of their father. All this stuff about, oh man, you got money, man. You got money, man. As long as he can take care of him, as long as he take. See, that's selfish, fam. That's selfish. Now, I know sometimes mom and daddy don't work out and you got to split it up. But going in, knowing you ain't going to have stewardship over those kids ain't going to be under the same roof as you, well, you can just reach out and touch them. You can walk in the house and see on their face what's going on with them. You can look at their face. You can check out their mannerism. You can look at their disposition and say, yo, something ain't right, baby. Let me know what's going on. What's happening? You can't do that over the phone. You can't do that on FaceTime because they ain't got to answer the phone. But if they live in under that roof, guess what? They got to see you. They got to see me. Sometimes I get it, fam. Sometimes it just don't work out. Mom and daddy give it their best shot and it don't work out. I got that. The best thing that you can do is try to be civil toward one another and get as much time with those babies as you can. And they'll understand that. Because at the end of the day, them babies want to be loved. If they're not, they're going to always, it's going to bother them. They're going to be like, man, why you didn't want me? I don't care how tough they try to be. I've seen people try to act tough. Well, he ain't never been here. Well, I don't need him. And he ain't never did that. Nah, they hurting, fam. That's a defense mechanism, acting like they don't care. Everybody care about their daddy. Yeah, man. People want a relationship with their fathers. And I get it. Some people, fathers have did them super, super, super dirty and maybe they don't deserve it or whatever. But I'll put it like this. Most people want a relationship with their fathers. I was on Dr. Boyce Watkins' Instagram page the other day. Shouts out to Boyce. And Boyce commented about AKON's position in regards to Nick Cannon having all those babies by all of those different women. His caption went something like, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never let entertainers represent black culture. Since Boyce the homie, I'm going to go ahead and get his back on this. I think he left off something. Perhaps he fell asleep. You know, Boyce work a lot of hours. Perhaps he fell asleep. I think it should have went more like, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never let entertainers represent black culture who don't have the culture's best interest at heart. Yeah. Who don't love the culture, who's not invested in the culture. Or how about who ain't even from the damn culture? Yeah. And furthermore, I'm offended, fam, because I have never missed a recital by either one of my kids. Yeah, I'm involved, always have been. I'm the daddy who goes up to the school and peep into the room, make sure they doing what they supposed to be doing. I'm the one that volunteer. Yeah, I'll go on the field trip with the kids. I'll chaperone. Yeah, I'm the one. Hey, the father's basketball game, I'm signing up. I want them to know I'm there. My kid got backup at all time. I'm going to put that strength on them. I'm going to let them see it. I'm going to get in their face. That's what I did. I always been there. So I don't know where dude come from with that type of talk. Well, I guess I know where he come from, but we ain't accepting that here. Speak for yourself, homie. Look up those test scores. If you think I'm lying, shit, just turn on social media and just watch how a lot of these kids who didn't grow up with their father or don't have their fathers present in their household, watch how they behave. This is not a coincidence, fam. This is by design. And we still falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't do it, fam. We need all hands on deck. No more talk.